Hi Kay, thanks so much for joining us to tell us about your experience of working with our summer school students. Could I just ask you to start with telling us a little bit about you and yourself?
Hi, thanks, Helen. My name's Dr. Kay Hack. I'm Principal Advisor for Learning and Teaching with Advance HE. So we're a membership organisation for the majority of universities in the UK and globally. And my main role is working with academic staff to support them in delivering their learning and teaching practice. So it was really lovely for me this week actually to be working with students because I don't get to do that very often.
Great stuff. Could you tell us a little bit about what you were doing with our students?
Okay, so I met them very early on in the program. I think it was only sort of day 2. So they just formed their teams. So I did a little bit of work with them on about how teams work. And I think that was really important just to take a little bit of time to think about that. I think we try to embed group work into a lot of learning and teaching at universities, and academic staff can sometimes get a little bit frustrated with the outcomes. The students can get frustrated with the outcomes, and I think part of that is because we haven't really explored how groups work. And it's not just about who takes what role and not everybody doing their fair share, but it's about ensuring that those groups create a secure and trusted space for people to share ideas and their thoughts and feelings. So we spent a bit of time doing that, which I think the students really enjoyed and appreciated.
Could you tell us a little bit more about that, about how you sort of bring that experience of creating trusting spaces to life?
Okay, so I think we started off actually just exploring our names. The students had just joined a group literally the day before. I think there was about 10 or 11 students in each group, coming from all different countries around the world. Obviously, the first thing is you see everybody's names and you don't even know how to pronounce them. So we did a little sort of fun game where we kind of just going around the circle naming everybody's names. When I say circle, I mean it was a metaphorical teams-based circle. But can you name everybody in the team and get their name and the pronunciation right? And it was just sort of really acknowledging the sort of diversity that everybody brings and recognizing everybody in the group, which I think was a great fun activity to start off with. And we did some other exercises on sort of building trust and ensuring that we've kind of recognized that everybody in the group has an individual contribution to make, and we ended up with a bit of collaborative poetry writing. So they produced some fantastic haikus at the end, which really sort of spoke about the values of their team. So I tweeted out a lot of those, but they were great, and really I think exemplified how much trust there was in the group by the end of it.
Super. So one final question, if I may. If you have one top tip for the students to maintain effective team working for the remainder of the summer school, what would it be?
I think it's to continually reflect on what they've done and what they've achieved, and be able to sort of stop and look back and make sure that they're still going in the same direction, or the right direction, I should say. They're going to be working on these projects for the next 6 weeks, and they are complex and challenging problems that they're looking at. We did a bit of problem-based learning in the second session that I did with them, where we explored how they can create COVID secure learning spaces. And although we just did that in a very quick sort of quick look and quick sort of problem solve, if you're doing something long term, I think it's important to build in that kind of debriefing, like, are we still going in the right direction? What were our goals at the start? Are we still kind of moving towards those? And I think with a diverse and a virtual team working on a challenging problem, it's very easy to go off track, and then because you've invested time and energy down that route, it's very difficult to pull back and think, actually no, we're going in the wrong direction here, we need to reset. So I think that's what I'd encourage them to do. They did a little bit of that in the session with me. We kind of debriefed how we work together, and I think it's important for them to carry on doing that.
Great stuff. Dr. Kay Hack, thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for helping with the TEDI-London Summer School.
You're welcome, and good luck with the rest of it. I'm sure it'll be a great success. Thank you.
Excellent. We'll see you at the end for the big project reveals, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely.